Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live. It's been a minute. It's been a while,
Yeah.
but we're back, enjoying life as you guys are enjoying your lives.
Yes.
Hope everybody's having a wonderful day and that you guys are in pretty good health.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long day for us.
Seven.
It's 7 o'clock for us, maybe a little bit after.
Yeah.
Portugal time, European time,
Yeah.
and you guys in New York should be at 2 o'clock p.m. and you guys in Vegas should be at 11 o'clock in the morning. That's how the time is when you travel all these miles across this big old beautiful great blue sea ocean.
Yes. So make sure you guys are checking in. And also make sure you guys, when you check in and you tell us where you're from and say hi, make sure you hit that thumbs up because we want you guys engaged because we got a battle today.
Yeah,
we have to duke it out over whether we think, and it's me, I think you've already missed the bubble if you are not already in the DR. So did you miss the bubble to move to the DR? Let's see, because he says, no, you haven't. And I say, you have. You late like Tesla and Apple. That's how I feel about that.
So why is Apple late?
Yeah. Because when everybody started making millions off Apple, then everybody wanted Apple stock. But when Apple was a small traded company, nobody was buying Apple stock. That's why.
Well, so you talk about that. Let's talk about Bitcoin. How they working out?
Same thing. And when you look at cryptocurrency and all that now, and they've dropped 60% and everybody that got in, made their money and got out was smart. And now they've missed the window and all these people put in. And then what happened last night? Boom, your market crashed.
What, 60%?
Blam, pow, the market crashed. So did you miss that window? Should you have gone to the DR earlier? Should you at least have made preparations to be out there earlier, meaning set up camp, even if you weren't going to be out there fully? Maybe, maybe not, right? Well, let's kind of get into it, shall we? All right, here we go.
Go for it.
I think personally that since coronavirus, meaning back in 2020, when we had COVID lockdown, we had the same thing happen in the DR because we were there.
Right.
That was happening everywhere, meaning that everybody was having troubles getting in shipments of materials.
Mm-hmm.
So here's all these places that were waiting to be built. Let's not talk about existing. We're talking newly built, right? All these condos, all these apartments, all these homes were waiting to be built and had to be put on hold because they had shipping issues with materials to build all said properties. And we're talking everywhere, from the north to the south, from the Rooter to the Tudor, they had these issues. Let's stop real quick. James H. Hello, Caribbean and Tina from Kentucky. So hi.
What's up, James?
James in Kentucky.
In Kentucky, the bluegrass state.
And Dennis is on from Puerto Plata. Hola, Dennis. ¿Cómo
estás? Dennis, how you doing, my brother?
And since those places didn't get built, prices, of course, shot up, right? Because the unable to get the building materials, the boats, remember that?
Right.
The boats prices that shot up because of the gas and everything else. That was a big thing. So you had all these things that went into the price of the housing market rise. But in the last few years, the housing market has risen in the DR 23%. So if you looked at videos that we did when we first got out there in what was it, 2019?
Right, 2019 we got there.
And we were saying, oh, there's these apartments and, you can get things for like $500, $700. Yeah, that was, check the date. Because that's what it would be. It was that date, that year. And now we're talking 2022. So there has been a huge 23% rise. So I think the bubble bursted. What do you say?
Well, I think things are not the way they used to be, but I don't think they're too far from the difference because for the most part, I believe there's still good prices, and good rentals in the Dominican Republic, all available on the whole island for the most part.
So, but so then the caveat, if I'm playing devil's advocate, is that if you want those good prices, you're going to have to go away from where people feel comfortable. Mm-hmm. And people always, when we do consultations, are always like, was there a lot of expats? Is there a lot of Americans? Is there a lot of people that I could speak to and hang out with? And I'm always saying, I don't really like living around expats. If I wanted to live around Americans, I would have stayed in the U.S. Let's be real. I like living amongst the people of
the locals.
Wherever. Yes.
Yeah.
So to get the good prices, you're really going to have to search, and you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. And I would say to that also what used to be 500 may now be 700. So if you were going on a busted budget, meaning your budget was really tiny, you're not going to be able to go for sure. It's going to be the ones that planned a little bit better and have a little bit more so they could absorb the high rise and the high cost of living that's even rose up. We're talking like food, bills, right. You know, energy bills, everything has gone up.
But for the most part, the prices have went up. But then there's still some landlords that are desperate to get people in there because, like I said, there was a problem also with the nomads, people, the exchange students that was going to DR and other places. They stopped doing what they were doing because of COVID. They went home, and now they got the occupancy of the apartments.
I would say that's happening in Portugal, but not that many people are going to school in the DR. So no, I would not agree with that.
Okay, well,
want to say hi to some people? Kathy said hi from Florida.
Hello, Kathy.
Mr. Jersey said hi from New Jersey.
What's up, man?
And Dennis said he's got boots on the ground here, and you can still find good deals, but housing has definitely increased by over 20%. And Remo's here. Hi, Remo.
What's up, man?
And Dennis, I'll ask you. So am I correct in saying that you can still find good deals, but you are not going to be in the comfort of a lot of expats or immigrants? Because let's face it, if you live there permanently, you're no longer an expat, you're an immigrant, or a resident, right? Citizen, depending on if you got citizenship. And you're not going to be around them. You're going to be in the towns and in the areas that you might not have originally had. And the first decline, I've said all the time, if you want to know if a place is super saturated, if you're on YouTube and you're watching us, but when you put in Dominican Republic, 10,000, I'll put this in quotes, so-called YouTubers pop up, meaning they've lived out there maybe a week, a month, a few months, you know, just got out there literally 24 hours ago. And they're saying, we relocated and we left and we live here. And if you're seeing a ton of those, that, I hate to say it, is the absolute decline, because every time more people put videos out there, whether it's great content or not, let's face it, they're not all as great as us. Toot my own horn, toot toot. You get other people that say, well, if that person could do it, or look at that, I think that guy's an idiot. That guy could do it. I could do it. And then you get more and more people moving out there, and you get more and more increase of expats out there.
Get saturated.
Right. And the thing is that if the people of the country couldn't pay that much, prices will stay low, because when a landlord sees he can't sell an apartment for more than $500, $600, he ain't going to put it for more than $500. But if he knows there's a bunch of expats with dumb money, meaning to him, it's like money to waste, right? And they are willing to pay, instead of paying $500 to $600, they're going to pay $800, maybe $1,000, $800 to $1,000. He's going to start charging $800 to $1,000, because he's like this. They're paying it, and I've got multiple offers, so I'm going to do it. And on top of that, it's so cheap to them, because wherever they were, you know, God forbid they're from Florida, where the prices have gone what?
Oh, through the roof.
Right. So I saw a lady that said on there the other night,
40%.
I was paying $4,000 rent. When they raised it to $6,500, I decided to move. I said, girl, $4,000. Here you would have 4 laid out cribs for $4,000.
With a breeze.
That's crazy, but I digress. It just shows you that to them, those prices, $800 to $1,000, would be nothing. So they'd be happy, more than happy, actually.
And you take that money, what they plan in Florida, you can go to DR and live like the president.
My God, you can
maybe
have
even better
5
than the president.
houses if you're paying $4,000.
And you guys, put the thumbs up now. You guys are here.
Yeah.
Give us thumbs up. Help the algorithm. Help us move to the next level.
That is insane.
That's crazy. No, that's nuts. That's nuts what's happening. But the cost of rent still in the DR is 60% less in the United States. And the cost of living in the DR is 55% lower than the US. So you're still winning chicken dinner.
Okay, so then my argument would be that I would say instead of going somewhere where it's so flooded right now, would be to head out to Portugal because rent in Portugal is 42% lower than in the USA, and the cost of living is 47% lower than it is in the US, which still, yeah, the DR is cheaper, but look at the type of living you're getting in Europe as opposed to the DR. And you're still saving. So to me, that's like always going to be.
Well, some people might say the taxes are higher out here too, though. It's a little bit higher.
But that's even with taxes. It's still cheaper. And then when you get out here, file for that non-credit thing, and then that's it. Oh, so Remo wants to know how the weather. So give him your weather report.
Weather report, please.
Today earlier.
It was 85 degrees today.
Yep.
Earlier. Right now, it's 77. And tonight, when we lay down and get ready to go to sleep, relax, it's 61 degrees.
Yes. Our kids called, and the other night I went outside in shorts, and I got cold because it was in the 60s, and I was so used to the hot day when the sun was out that I was like, ooh, it's a little chilly out here. Let's finish our wine inside.
But that night it was 57.
Yeah, it was chilly.
Yeah, it was really chilly.
It was chilly out there. So I said, let's go inside.
So we don't die at night, not high. But
I like that.
I love that too.
Because at night you can just open the windows and you just let the cool breeze come in, and we don't have to use any air conditioning. Like right now, we have our fan on, and we're good.
Feels
like
really
that's
good
it.
Here right now.
And it was
feels
85,
really
now it's 77. It feels even cooler. I can feel the cooler.
And if we was in DR, no disrespect, we have to have the air conditioner on at full blast.
Heck yeah.
If not, we burn up like we're sitting in the dry because humidity will kill you. Now, if it's 95 degrees and the humidity is 100%, you got issues if you're not ready for that climate. So something to think about before you're going to move to your next location.
Yeah. So now let's talk, since we're battling it out with DR and Portugal. First, let me catch up. Dennis said, if my home were in California, it would be $5,000 to $6,000 a month.
You know what, Dennis? I believe it'd be more than that, my brother. Seriously, because for the most part, they say they're paying more in Florida than they're paying in California, and I could not believe it. We ain't got to Vegas yet. We talking about Florida. That is ridiculous. I mean, I don't see how anybody can afford to live in California anyway, unless you're homeless.
But I always expected high prices in California. Florida fluctuates, and I don't know why anybody's still there, honestly.
But it's going nuts now.
That's crazy.
Something happening in Florida that the price is going up. It's got high. They're trying to price everybody from a certain income. That's what I think they're trying to do. They're trying to price
half
market.
State out of there. But James said it is currently 92 degrees in Kentucky.
Oh, well, Kentucky's got pretty good weather. It gets humid there.
Yeah, but they're getting a heat wave right now. The Midwest
is
in a huge heat wave. I feel you because I'm from the Midwest, James. So I know I was seeing in Chicago because I'm from Indiana, Gary. So Chicago's about an hour away. So whenever they show Chicago or they show Detroit, I look at the temperature and I go, especially the humidity, and I said, ooh. Ooh, that's like 100 because with that humidity, that feels like 100. So no, thank you, sir. I will take my 85 that has gone down to a balmy 77. I will take that all day long. We'll send you some, James. So anyway, so now talking about, like we said, duking it out between DR and Portugal. Let's talk, because everybody moves to DR for what? Obviously.
The beach.
Yes, the beaches, the coastline, the availability of, I want to walk out, even though half of them don't. I want to walk out and be able to see the beach or get to the beach in like 15 to 20 minutes, which that's us, because we can get to the beach in 15 minutes. So remind us again about the DR. I can't remember. It's been so long. Just kidding.
Well, there are lots of beach town in the DR, like Puerto Plata.
It's over 200.
Punta Cana.
There's over 200 beaches in the DR.
Boca Chica, and the coastline is 1,000 miles of beaches in the DR.
Okay.
So you can't go wrong with that.
So
can't go wrong.
Let's give a clap for that.
You can't go wrong with that. All them beaches.
But in Portugal, what a lot of people don't know is that the coastline here is 55,233 miles long. we've got lots of coast. Lots. From the north to the south.
Well, that's because, well, you know what? If it wasn't for Haiti, we would beat you guys.
But you don't.
Well, I mean, you know.
But you don't.
Well, I'll say this. The DR is ranked 76 in the safety in the United States. And the United States is 121.
And sinking every day. Because I swear, if I read one more
All
thing.
the mass shootings.
Yes. Yep.
All the mass shootings lately. DR is way safer. No one with a criminal record or mental illness is going to be running around trying to shoot anybody, even kind of register a gun out there. So you're safe when it comes to that. Because everybody, people in the store, the security guard, everybody got shotguns. You got a line, they can shoot you on sight.
So safety in Portugal, we're number 3. Safest.
Yeah, I
country.
understand. You're number 3. Okay.
So just saying.
You're number 3.
And here we have stronger gun licensing laws and gun purchase laws too. So we have much, much, much less. Watch the video if you haven't seen it. I put a video. I actually put a couple of them out about.
Well, I'll put it this way. My last point is with this battle. Okay, you can live without residency and just pay overstay fee in the Dominican Republic, and you can live your best life.
Or you could just come to Portugal where you can do residency yourself because it's so easy to do and there's less bureaucracy. And you can be a citizen/resident like us, temporary or permanent. So you could do it here too, just saying. And the big thing is for me, going back to like safety, that I love to be able to wear what I want to wear and go where I want to go. And I don't have to worry about being quote unquote flashy or somebody looking at something that I'm wearing or Target or anything like that. I never even give that a second thought when I'm out here, ever.
Well, you know, you get what you pay for. You got nice neighborhoods out there. You got golf courses in Punta Cana. You know, people paying their extra money to live, you know, higher brackets, and they can be safe. You can go outside, you know. But, you know, the bad part of that is you still got your power surges and all that kind of stuff, blackouts and running power, you know. But for the most part, hey, you guys got to get out of the United States. Whatever you do, you got to get on that plane, pack your bags, and get out of the continent of the United States.
Yes.
If you listen to me tonight, move. If you're from Canada, move. Go somewhere. If you don't come to Portugal, by George, go to the Dominican Republic. As long as you get out of the United States of America, so you can have some peace and sanity, get a good night's sleep, don't have to worry about the ambulance and the sirens and the gunshots wake you up when you're trying to get some rest to go to the crazy man's job on the next day.
Yeah. And Remo said to tell him something about gas prices. What, that they're high? They're high everywhere.
They're high. They're crazy.
They're high here because you're on an island. It's no different than buying in the DR or buying in Puerto Rico. Here it's by the liter. Mm-hmm. So you pay by the liter. And how much was the last time you got a gas?
$30.
Well, I'm not saying how much you put in the car because we don't go anywhere. But do you remember per liter how much it was? It was like $2.27, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah. And you just got to do the math. How many liters are in a gallon? I believe it's 4, isn't it? 8, 4, some, I don't know. You do the math, however many liters that is for a gallon, and then that's how much it costs. So that's the one thing that we give in. We give up here. And of course, gas prices are high out here, but you give and take because you can afford the gas when you're not paying hardly anything for rent, for bills, and for food. And
for the cost of living. And for the most part, our gas ain't going up like it is inside of the box. It's 60 cents a week and 40% here, and 80% here.
Yeah, it's been pretty steady.
I was listening to a lady, she was telling me she can afford to only put $40. She said she could pull her car. When you get to $40, she stopped. I was like, wait a minute, what you gonna do? Push it the rest of the way? Because $40 ain't gonna last you that far. So trying to get some gas inside the United States.
But our kids that live in Las Vegas keep saying that the issue is that they get a lot of call outs. Well, why do they get so many people calling out? They get people calling out because they're like, I can't afford
to get to work.
Like, I'm out of gas. What are you going to do? And they use that as a legitimate reason for calling out.
Mm-hmm.
Can't
And
argue
people-
if you can't afford it. You can't afford it. Who am I to tell you what you can afford?
Right. And people getting the pay raise, like the people I used to work for, they just got $2 pay raise. Okay, you got a pay raise, but when you get to the pump, it's going to take that pay raise away.
Right.
It's like you ain't got nothing because you got to drive. You guys got to drive anything over 15, 20 minutes to work. You're using gas, going back and forth every single day, traffic and everything else.
Right. So to cover everything that we said before, did you miss the window? I believe the window has passed. I believe that the window was 2018 to 2020. That would have been when it started to spike up. And 2020, it absolutely popped. COVID helped that to pop. With the housing market rising over 23%, with it competing with having to get supplies and with existing stuff rising because of, like Dennis said, supply and demand, and the expats having the demand and having the supply of cash, prices have gone up. So if you thought you were going to get in, like you saw really old YouTubers back in the day saying that they were living on $500 a month, that's no more. Ask that same YouTuber.
Sure.
They're not spending $500 a month.
Right.
You want to definitely check everything when you're deciding where to move to. You want to look at the prospectus, meaning if you're not leaving this year, because you're going to watch this in maybe 3 to 5 years and it might look totally different.
Right.
Portugal might be busted like the DR was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It might get to that point where it's too many people out here. And then you're like, oh, well, that's not true. And then the DR might be on the downstroke, but I don't see the DR cooling off. I see even more people.
I see more people coming to the DR.
More and more people wanting to move out there. So I don't see it going on the downstroke for a long, long time. Dennis said Portugal is a much more developed country than the DR. So you would expect better services, better quality of life. Most citizens are employed or college students, unlike the DR. And he loves their shirts. Thanks. But I don't know if I would agree with that, because we've been talking to people out here and we found out a lot about the Civil War that a lot of people went through, or at least their parents, and now they're our age and they had to start working at a very young age. Remember that? And they had to like leave their schools at like 13 to 15. They had to start working. They had to start farming. They had to start doing whatever. And they just continued that through life. We've seen that a lot. So it's not that they are college educated or anything like that. There are a lot of them that do go and get college because college is so cheap out here, or at least they send the next generation on
Very reasonable.
to get college educated because they're doing better now. But I mean, I don't know. I don't want too many Portuguese horns, but because their cost of living is low, but it's not that low because the people make a little bit more. They do make more than in the DR. Let's just put it that way. The wages are better than in the DR.
Well, the main thing,
they're not as much as the US though, because they look at the wages in the US and they're like, wow. Or they talk about Australia, where in Australia minimum wage is like $20, 20 and some change, man. Everybody, they had me thinking about Australia for a minute. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, me too. And I started thinking about adding up the numbers. I was like, I don't think so. Plus the 22-hour flight from Lisbon, Portugal, to there, and you have to stop in Dubai, and 2-hour layover.
I want to visit them.
And change and go out. We can go visit one day. You know, we definitely want to go visit one day and check it out.
You guys heard this. I'm gonna play this video back to him when he tells me that we can't go.
But it's 22 hours, guys. Who wants to stay on the plane? Okay, even though you get off and stretch your legs for a few minutes, but it's a 22-hour flight. I mean, you're flying over Indonesia, you're going over this country, that country, you know, and you go stay a couple weeks at Airbnb or whatever, and you turn around and you come back. You know, that jet lag will beat you in the hind parts when you get back to where you're going. That's just how it is, you know. So for the most part, in the Dominican Republic and even in Portugal or wherever you go, if you get oversaturated with expats, prices will go up because people from California have been coming to Portugal like crazy. And I'm glad they ain't coming north. I'm glad they're going south.
Woo.
Keep that attitude.
They're going north. They're going to Porto and
a lot of them going to Algarve and Lisbon. Stay down there. Don't come up here raising our prices. I'm happy. I'm comfortable with what I pay right now. I can live my best life, put some coins away in my investments. I'm a happy camper. So if you come over here and you want to pay $2,000, $3,000, hey, they're gonna be trying to think, hey, well, if they can do it, they can do it. No, we can't. You stay down south, please. Stay down south. Oh, they're in California. They got room. They make room for you. Don't come here with that attitude and that funky disposition. Stay down south. We don't want you here. We don't need you here. Now I ain't got nothing against California. I'm just saying. But when you go somewhere, you gotta know how to act. You gotta get in when you fit in. You gotta know how to blend in and keep the prices. Listen, it should be a good thing for anybody. You go somewhere, you want to pay less because the money that you save, you can live a better and a quality-filled life.
So talking about quality of life, we're drinking this wine, which is from Pingo Doce, which is a store out here in Portugal that's all over, and we love them when you're popping in for something small. And tell them how much you paid for that bottle of wine today.
$164.
So 164 euros, which is because the euro has gotten a little weaker and the dollar's gotten a little stronger. I'd say that's still under $2.
Under $2 for a good wine.
It's good.
Like that. I can't.
It's a good everyday. That's how it's not like a special occasion or like when we're doing our cheeses and our charcuterie. I like to have a different type of wine, but this one is definitely a really, really, really good everyday wine.
Yeah,
I mean, for $2, tell me where you're gonna get that, and then I'd be like back in the States.
You can get Yellowtail for that price.
No, you can't even. You can't. No.
Yellowtail went up.
It's not Remo said, Tina, your husband is super Dominican. Yes, he loves the Dominican Republic.
I love Dominican Republic.
You're so famous. It's so famous.
My people there. I got people there that I love. They now live in the United States. And you know what? I'm always going to have a good face for my homies in the Dominican Republic.
So our couple, C and they said that not even Trader Joe's $2 chuck isn't even $2. Remember we used to go get you $2 chuck? I used to buy that for him. When he would go through the wine really fast, I was like, I'm going to get you $2 chuck. Wow, that's not even $2. Whoa. And for the ladies out there, I'll tell you this, nail services out here, you pay like I do for gel fill and gel nail polish, and it's $25, and that's all the designs or anything that I want my nail girl to do. That's $25. So you can't even.
You just can't. You can't make this stuff up. You don't get this stuff where you guys are at. Forget it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Yes. And yes, Portugal absolutely does have some amazing wineries. We need to go to another one, but our next trip, and we'll be doing a live from there. So the first weekend of July, we are going to celebrate early my birthday. And John Legend is performing at Cascais at a jazz festival, and we have tickets. So we are definitely going to do a live from there. Because Cascais has a lot of stuff. We got to fit it in on a Friday because that Saturday is the concert, and the next day we're doing like a I wouldn't say city because it's all Lisbon, but 3 different sections or neighborhood tour so that we can bring you guys a lot of really great content about different places in Portugal. And so we'll be out there. We're doing like a 3-night, 4-day excursion to
staycation.
Lisboa area to Cascais. So
now that little excursion is like 8 hours, isn't it?
Yes, it's like an all-day thing.
On the bus, and they take us to different places. We can take some pictures, we'll do some video. We'll put it up on the channel, so you guys can see, what we see. We'll take you guys along with us, so you guys can, experience it. I mean, you guys never make it this way. You can experience it because we experience it. We hope you guys enjoyed our Paris videos that we put up. And because I mean, who gets a chance to go to Paris? I mean, some people can't even get outside the county line. The expensive things are right now. They can't be. You go, and these airlines are going up. I mean, everything is going up, you guys. Ain't nothing going down.
And with that, thumbs up, please. Thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up, you guys.
And with that,
let us know you're here.
Make sure you give a thumbs up. Yeah. So we'll take the next few minutes before we get out of here and answer any questions if anybody has any. So now's the time to hit us real quick on questions and comments before we get out of here. And you could tell us who you think is correct. Do you think he is correct and your window is still wide open for the DR? Or do you think that I made some valid points and maybe that bubble has bursted for the DR? And maybe it's got you thinking now that, hey, Portugal sounds pretty good. I wasn't thinking about that, but maybe, James H. said, good point, great points. I'm liking Portugal for the cost of living, the ease of travel to other places, and the safety of the country. You got that right.
Can't beat it, my friend.
You got that right.
Can't beat it.
Dennis said you're both correct. You're so politically correct, Dennis.
Choose a side, Dennis.
Dennis, you want to side with him. It's okay.
Hey, Dennis, who you got in the playoffs, man? Who you got in the finals? Talk to me, brother. Who you rooting for? Tell me who you rooting for, and I'll tell you who I'm rooting for.
And CN said, so Tina, I'm waiting for nails, hair supply, makeup, and shopping. Well, I've been putting that on the back burner because we're looking into purchasing a car or leasing a car. So I've been so busy with that I've honestly been laying back in the cut. And a lot of stuff, you'd be shocked at, and maybe that's a video, how much stuff you can get online out here in Portugal that you think you can't get. What's available, what's not available. Because he said Boston.
Okay, I'm with you, man.
Me
We're
too.
Together.
Yeah.
I'm going for underdogs. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Going underdogs.
I don't want Golden State Warriors to win. Sorry. So maybe that's a video that I'll do. We'll see. I don't know.
You're blocking the whole sign away, girl.
The
whole sign. Can't you see the sign?
Live outside the box. Live outside the box. Make sure you live outside the box. So yeah. Oh, and we definitely want to take a minute and tell you guys that in the last, what has it been like 3 or 4 months? Mm-hmm. Every single month, we've got at least 100 plus new viewers, new subscribers. Let me change all that. New subscribers, not new viewers, because new viewers we get constantly. Right. People that haven't hit subscribe yet, but they still view. But we've gotten over 100 plus subscribers every month. So we've been very blessed and very happy. So welcome to everybody. But on top of that, we still have our tried and trues that still check in with us, that still write to us, that are still hitting us up on Buy Me a Coffee, still the consultations, and still just patroning through buymeacoffee.com/Kirby. So thank you, because as we grow, we're able to go out and do things and grow with you guys. And to be honest, when it's not growing, that's when I get a little like, why am I doing this? And I don't want to do it. DMR said, good afternoon. How is it there for single men? So DMR, are we talking to Dominican Republic or are we talking over here in Portugal?
Right.
And then, thanks. Yay. I know.
Break it down.
We've been blessed. And thank you to everybody, because his inspirational word on Sundays have been hitting and the numbers have been rising, and we're so happy because that's really what the channel is for. People need inspiration. And Dennis said, Eric, love your Sunday inspirational messages. Yes.
So we're going to strive to continue to do that.
Yes.
Be a blessing to people, not just in the natural, but in the spiritual. That's what it's about.
There you go. And I edit my little heart away. Look at my little sleeping. Poor thing.
I wish you guys could see my cat. She's taking a nap. She's like going like this with her eyes closed. That's how I feel right now. It's been a long day for me. It's been a long day for her.
Right.
Had to go to the dentist's office today and suck a few needles. I mean, I'm having major work done on my dental work. When all that's done, I explained to you guys what I had to go through since I've been here and what I went through.
Yeah, we're going to do a whole video on that.
We'll do a whole video on that. So, yeah.
So James H. said, how are you all enjoying the food in Portugal? We like it. I find that every time I go, because I've joined a couple Facebook groups, I find out about new places.
Mm-hmm.
So we've gotten to go out and try some new places, and then we've heard of some new places that have opened we haven't gotten to go to yet. Mm-hmm. And when we go to Cascais, I have a whole list of places that I want to hit and try out, especially for my birthday, because we got to do everything you like for your birthday, and that was amazing, that Italian and the seafood. So we'll be doing some stuff for my birthday too. And that's when you really get to get out and get in there into the, I like to go to the small kind of unknown places. That's what I like. Right?
There you go.
That's good. And DMR said, oh, okay, so he wants to know single men in Portugal. I got to think about it. I feel like there is a ton of women, but the way they are approached and the way that Portuguese are in a whole is 100% different than in the Dominican Republic. In the Dominican Republic, men will stare, men will catcall, men will be very bold. They will come up. They don't care if you're with a man. They will hang out of cars. I've seen it all. Whereas here in Portugal, it's all about demeanor and how you were raised, and it's about politeness.
And being respectful.
So respect. So here the men may look, but they don't say anything. And so women out here, unless the man approaches them and speaks to them very nicely and, gets to know them, they are not lucid women like some of the women are in the DR. These women out here are working and, have lives and jobs and school and whatever. And so is there a ton of women? There's a ton of single women.
There's a bunch of them. We see them. I see them every
we
time
know a couple, but
go out. Yeah, I'm gonna go out. They're here. They're all over the place. But they're working. They're respectful.
And they're good girls.
And they got good morals. They've been trained right. Yeah. They'll make good wives. Good girlfriends. And just how you treat them and how you approach them.
Yeah.
That will determine. They ain't the fast and flip one now. You can find in the DR. Okay, that you come home one day. You come home and they ain't there, and all your stuff is going with them.
Right. So DMR said the reason I asked that is because if I relocate, I want to settle down eventually. Yeah.
And this is a good place to sell. This is a selling country right here. Yeah. This is way more laid back than some of the other countries you go to.
And that's what I like. I like that they're more family.
I like them more
because I feel like I can trust and get along with people, and you don't just meet like a person that wants to hang out to your purse strings like some people were in the DR. You meet people that bring you into their house and you meet their entire family.
Right.
Like
and have dinner with them.
Yeah, on Sundays,
have a glass of wine.
You're in somebody's house.
Talk to them.
Yeah, bringing food and hanging out and spending the day. Yeah, over wine and everything else. So it's a different vibe. It's more conducive to a stable relationship. If you want to hit it and quit it, I hate to say it, that's
a bad deal.
That would be the DR.
So. Yeah, this ain't the country do that.
Chris said, is it difficult to travel from Portugal to Spain to visit?
Nope.
Went to France. It was easy. And we're going to Spain at the end of this year. And all we did was book the flight. We're going to catch the flight from here over to Spain, get off in Spain. You don't got to go through customs or anything because you're on an in Europe flight. So you just go down, grab your bag, and whoop, you're gone to wherever you want to go.
No problems at all.
Yeah.
And the flights are a lot less cheap, a lot more economical than they are in the States.
Yeah. We still had more credit to use, so we used our credits towards that Spain flight. But that Spain flight was and we're going to Malaga. So it stops in Madrid because Madrid's their hub, and then goes down south because we're staying way down at the southern coast of Spain. And how long was it? How long was the flight? I can't remember.
It's about an hour from Madrid to Malaga.
And with tax and all, it was like $100.
That's around
$100. I think it was like $100 if I'm correct, but don't hold me to that. I'd have to look at what I paid because I paid with credit. So I feel like.
But you can go country hop, man, for real reasonable out here. These airlines ain't trying to gouge you, eat through your pockets and your socks like they're doing in the States.
It's a Portuguese women, do they cook usually? Yes.
Hardly
anybody. People don't really eat out a lot here. Yeah. Like they eat out, I would say literally 10 times less than in the DR. Honestly, 10 times less. They eat in a lot more. Like even us getting Uber Eats sometimes is kind of it depends, a hit or miss on the days because some restaurants are not, like busy, so they're not open. A lot of people tend to eat in. I've cooked a lot more here than I had in the DR. Like I'm using the hell out that kitchen. In the DR, it was so easy. I could just order food and sit on my ass. But here I'm cooking a lot more. DMR said, do you recommend someone coming to visit Portugal first before relocating? I would say yes. I would say that to anybody. We didn't do it, but
I would recommend anybody that's going anywhere for the first time, especially a new country you've never been to.
Yeah.
Going out there, check out the place. You know, if not, you better keep your eyes on this channel. Because we go places, we're going to show you what it's like. So if you want to take that chance, just come on. Because also you got to keep in mind, flights are going up and it's more expensive too.
Yeah, it is expensive.
But when we was going back and forth to DR the first time, those flights are really economical and expensive for us. Things went up now.
Yeah.
So you got to keep that in mind too.
And then he said, if so, is it good to get Airbnb or a hotel? Depends on where you want to go. If you're going to the big cities, like if I was going to Lisbon, I would probably get a hotel. Anywhere else, I would probably get a Airbnb because I like to pop and go to different places in different areas. And that's what I always suggest to people that want to move out. I'm like, you want to move out here, you need to experience more than one city in Portugal. Meaning you need to maybe come into Lisbon, but then take your butt up to all the way up to like Liria or even Porto. So you would want to Airbnb all your way up. And that way you don't spend a lot. And
if you fly to Lisbon, the price is really too much for the hotel. Get your Airbnb.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And CCN said visit. Yes, we did. They visited first. They fell in love. Barrio Alto, it's party area. And then bopped into 3 hotels and a 12-day stay, fun and educational. Yeah, because honestly, if you see the sections, watch some YouTube videos and see where things are that interest you, that you want to see, you'll be able to find an Airbnb almost anywhere, literally. Because even in this one really remote section of Portugal, which is even more southern than Lisbon, I didn't think they had any Airbnbs, and they had freaking, what do you call those? RVs. And you could freaking rent the RV.
Yeah.
So it's everywhere.
But even they got hostels too.
Yes.
So it's a beautiful thing. One of the main jewels that we shared this on the channel before, that we chose this area, is because this is like us as a hub to Europe countries, the other countries we want to go to, we want to visit. We're right here in the middle. So we can go wherever we want for economical, and it won't be as costly as if we stayed in the States or was in the DR.
Right. James said he wants to stay in the Airbnb you stayed for your birthday. That was really nice. Place, man. And I'll tell you, you're so centrally located there that we were in Nazaré and spent our time in Nazaré. But we met people in Nazaré that watch the channel. So hi to Jose and Maria.
Hello.
And they said they popped this way, they popped that way. They went all over because you're near Batalha, you're near Óbidos, you're near Caldas de Naranjas. You can come up to the area where we're at. Everything is like 15, 20, 30 minutes, 15, 20, 30 minutes, depends on where you want to go. And you can see so much that if you're renting a car or whatever, yeah, you could hit it. It would be ridiculous, the things that you could see. Bye, Dennis. Dennis says he's going to dinner.
Peace.
DMR said, would you be a tour guide for a week? And if so, what would you charge? Well, DMR, you would have to hit me on buymeacoffee.com/Caribbean. We'll see. Depends on what your itinerary includes. We could. And
depends on what time of the year you coming.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because we have a lot of things planned.
Yeah. So everything, there's a season. So just let us know, and we'll see if we can work it in, fit it in the schedule.
So.
Yeah. So, guys, we hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification, thumbs up, leave your comments.
Yes.
And we'll see you in any one of our videos at any given time. We just want to do this midweek live so we can catch you guys up. You guys can see what we see, and also hear the difference between the countries. Okay. And get ready to have a great life.
Yes.
Once you get outside of that box, everything changes. And when you get out, don't look back. You can make friends. You can have friends. It's a different world once you get over that water.
Yes.
Please don't forget that.
You just don't be afraid to live outside the box, like we always say. And that's the Buy Me a Coffee. If you want to get a hold of us about anything, it's right there. And as always, we want to tell you guys, thank you so much to all the new subscribers, but thank you so much to our tried and trues, our A1 day ones. And make sure you always hit that subscribe. Make sure you always hit notifications, because We're going to be doing pop-ups, like I said, like this,
Yes.
when we go to Cascais. So you want to know, you've got to hit notifications and give this and all videos a thumbs up. So you guys have a good evening, and definitely we will see them on, as usual, on the next video.